Vengo a cantarles, señores, de un hombre muy valiente. Él viene a proteger y servir a los residentes. Su nombre está mi rodela, el consentido de la gente.
Welcome to Que Paso podcast. I want to thank everyone for joining us. And I do want to say, go UNM. This weekend we play Utah State. So I'm putting in a plug for them. Vince, welcome once again. And I want to remind you, instead of asking you, I want to remind you we're going to be talking about Kaiwi Martinez, the Kaiwi Martinez case. Vince, just to bring our audience up to speed, will you give us a brief synopsis of what the case was about?
Yeah, like I said before, it was a homicide where a male individual or Miss Martinez called 911 stating that a male individual had forced his way into her home, was attempting to sexually assault her, and she shot him, and he died. She killed him. And yeah, and then you contacted me later. I was out of town actually, and you contacted me and asked me to come down so that I can help investigate it.
Right. And now that you said that, I remember that. One of our deputies happened to be a former state police officer, and I believe that he was the lead deputy in the investigation. But we did have enough experience that I felt comfortable running with it. But I also knew that I wanted you to be hands-on in the investigation. As I recall, Vince, this case came to our attention. It was on a Sunday because I remember being in Mass. And when I checked in after Mass, they told me about the case. So I think I kind of tried to figure out who we had that would best handle the case. And I do remember this, Vince, and I'll talk about it. I don't know if it's your recollection, but we did have a lot of interference from the district attorney herself.
Yes, after we started looking at the case, the evidence just didn't align with her statement that it happened the way she did, that he was sexually assaulting her. I firmly believe to this day, then and to this day, that he was executed.
Yeah.
Just by the way the body, the final resting of the body and her statement.
The placement of the shot itself is very, very telling.
Yes, the placement of the shot. It came in right here, right? It came in behind his ear, and it exited out his cheek, and the bullet took a downward trajectory. And she's claiming that he was over her with a knife and that she kept a gun under her pillow. She pulled it out and she shot up. But he, even if he would have turned, no matter what. And the autopsy says that once the bullet passed through his head, it severed his spinal cord and his brain stem, and that would have caused
paralysis,
complete, instant death. And he would have dropped wherever he was, and there was no way. And we found him at the foot of the bed across the room, and he was a big guy. He was like 6'1".
Did you actually make it to the on-scene, the crime scene?
I did. Yes.
Yeah. So I get there, Vince, and the lead deputy already had a story from Kaiwi. And I'm listening to the story as he's walking me through the scene, and it just doesn't add up immediately. None of it adds up. And more than ever, I knew that I needed for you to be part of the investigation. I can't imagine, what you had to do to make yourself available. And Vince, I know that many years have passed since you were the undersheriff in my administration. And I think I've lost a lot of opportunities, but I don't want to lose another one. I want to thank you, Vince, for holding the line, for doing the work you did. And I do want to say, in case you think that I wasn't aware of it, there were times that you were working 14, 16 hours a day just to keep the ship upright. I don't want to get away from the Kaiwi case, but as I came in, there was a lot of house cleaning that needed to be done. There were people that had no business in law enforcement that were there. Right. And there was just so much work. Just to give you one brief example, I don't want to I don't want to get away from the story, but the way the prior administration had the office running is, if, as an example, your days off were Tuesday, Wednesday, as an example, and you wanted Saturday and Sunday off, all you had to do was find someone that was willing to switch with you. And on paper, you now had Saturday and Sunday off, and they worked Saturday and Sunday. Well, my experience, what was happening is that person that was trading his weekend off would end up taking his weekend off anyway, either by claiming regular days off, or they would just take sick leave, and there was no coverage. And so that was one of the biggest battles I had to fight, was creating accountability and finding the people that would hold the line. So anyway, Vince, thank you. I know that it's been years in coming, and I remember being locked up, and people wanted to hear the war stories, and your name coming up several times. Your name would come up so much that a lot of the other inmates took to calling you Cousin Vinny, because that's how I referred to you. Anyhow, I'm sorry. So let's get back to Kylie.
So anyway, I get there, and I got a chance to interview her, and that resulted in her lawyering up. She requested counsel. She said that this guy followed her home. Through the course of the investigation, we found out this guy was from Taos, wasn't even from here. She claimed that, he bothered her at the casino. She met him at the casino in Santa Clara, and he was following her around, and she left. She didn't want to be there, so she went to the OK Casino, and that he followed her there. So I thought right away, wow, let's just get the video and see what happened.
And every time it was on foot, because that's how he got to her house, right?
No, he was with a group of people. He was with some girls.
No, but as Kaiwi told the story,
right.
he was on foot.
She said that, no, she didn't. She said he was in a car. He was with two other girls from Taos. And after reviewing the video, we did pick him up in Santa Clara, and they were all interacting. She danced with them. She was interacting with them. That we couldn't see any kind of friction between them. And then she left. There was no more coverage of them at the Santa Clara, so we picked it up at the OK. And in that coverage, she is at the bar, like she said she was. They walk in.
Who's they?
The deceased and his two girls that he was with. They walk in. They get a table, and they're there by themselves. I believe one of them came up to buy a beer or buy something at the bar. They interacted with her. They went back to their table. She followed them.
And real quickly, Vinny, give us a time frame when this incident occurred.
Shoot, I don't even remember.
2011?
12.
2012?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. And anyway, we didn't see any kind of friction. As a matter of fact, we saw her and him interacting together. At one point, they were even
Yes, Vince, I remember.
They were even kissing.
There's three of them.
Him up in his party.
There's he and two girls, and
Yes.
they're all kissing.
Right.
I remember
They're all
that.
dancing together. And then she kissed a girl. And then him and her kiss later. Anyway, he leaves with her. They walk out, they get in her truck, and they drive off.
And when you say they got in the truck, so who was driving?
Kaiwi. It was her truck. They got in the truck.
She was driving her truck?
Yes. She waited for him. She got in first, waited for him to get in, because he was like walking a little behind her. He got in, and then they left. And that's the last we saw of him. And
The other thing I want to point out that I remember, Vinny, is we were able to identify what he was wearing that night.
yes.
And obviously we know what he was wearing that day,
Right.
the day we recovered his body. And it wasn't the same clothes, was it?
He was missing a T-shirt.
Yeah.
He had
But he was missing something else.
just his T-shirt. His T-shirt was missing. And maybe a bandana.
No. It'll come to mind.
I
So,
think it's just he had a yellow T-shirt on that was gone.
and it was a mother that brought it to our attention. That's how we realized. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what it was, Vince, was when we recovered the body, it was wearing a T-shirt, and I think it was a white T-shirt,
Right.
and denim pants.
The muscle T-shirt type, yeah.
Yeah, and when we look at the tape, he was wearing a yellow T-shirt, and he was wearing. It seemed. I wouldn't argue that they were the same pair of pants, but in talking to the mother, she shared something with us, and I don't want to go into a lot of detail, just out of respect for their traditions. But he was wearing undergarments. He left the house wearing certain undergarments
Oh, he still had them. You're
that he
talking to...
that he didn't have on when we recovered the body.
But anyway, to get back to this, she, the way it happened, the way she claimed it happened, it didn't happen that way. And so I got an arrest warrant for her, and I arrested her. And immediately, she wasn't even in jail. I mean, district court judge authorized, or she authorized the arrest affidavit and the arrest warrant, signed off on it, approved it. And once we arrested her, the DA stepped in and quashed our warrant.
I remember as if it was yesterday. We're walking up the stairs to our office with her in custody, in cuffs, and the district attorney was a few steps behind us. And as we walked in, I think it was directed at me, but she said that she was preparing a release order for her, and in doing the booking report and stuff, we got done, and the deputy happened to just head north with her. Again, just for the audience sake, in Rio Arriba County, the greater population is on the southern part of the county, but the county seat is up north, and that's where the jail is. So when we arrest someone, when someone was arrested in Española, or in this case in Alcalde, they have to be transported to Tierra Maria, where they're held, and that's 45 to an hour drive.
Yeah.
45-minute to an hour drive.
Yeah.
So the deputy had already left when the district attorney walked the release order to our office.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I remember, Vince, is we walked through the crime scene. We found blood splatters,
A trail of blood.
on the floor, but the alleged victim claimed that was her cat.
Because the cat was in heat.
But we took samples of that, and it came back
Him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, then
The other thing that really caught my attention, Vince, is, we were talking about the trajectory. So even in trying to follow her version of the story, if she was laying on her back on the bed and he was over her with a knife, he would have really had to turn so much that basically his back would have been towards her. I just that it's impossible, but let's just follow how she called the story, and she shot upward, so that trajectory would have been in an upward angle, and we got a search warrant and we went through that whole house, not just the room, the whole house, looking for that missile.
never found it.
Never found it. But I remember, Vince, as I'm on my hands and knees going through the floor and all the debris there and all the stuff, there was just literally hundreds of magazines and books on the floor.
The feces,
around the bed.
Animal feces too.
Yeah, but what caught my attention was I just happened to pick up one of those books and I looked at it. And it was about witchcraft. and then I kind of looked at all of them and they were all about witchcraft. Yeah. Do you remember that?
I do.
So anyhow, it's pretty evident that whatever happened didn't happen in that house. And it just lends, I think, to our theory that it was execution style, but it wasn't in the house.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But yeah, she, the charges were dropped, but she subsequently was charged again. When that DA left office, and one of the junior DAs that was around on that when that happened, he refiled. And she did go to trial. Well, she didn't go to trial. Went to preliminary hearing. They found that there was enough evidence to take her to trial. And instead of going to trial, they made a deal with the DA's office where she pled guilty to manslaughter and was given a year of house arrest.
But just to back it up once again, Vince, it wasn't the last time we arrested Kaiwi, was it?
I don't know.
We arrested her again after that.
For?
On another warrant. And the same thing happened again. She was released. But it wasn't until that district attorney resigned.
Right.
She didn't complete her term. She resigned. And it was only then that one of the assistant district attorneys brought the charges forward.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that office never felt comfortable pursuing charges until the district attorney herself left.
Yes. That's what it appears to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever became of the case, so it seems that she served her whatever sentence. It was a light sentence.
It was a year house arrest. And
for killing somebody in cold blood.
Yeah, that's the deal that her attorney made with the DA that was prosecuting it. They, I guess they figured it would be better to secure that conviction than risk going to trial and not getting one. So.
Wow. Vince, this pretty much brings us to the end of another episode. I just don't know where the time goes. I think that maybe I should be watching, not talking so much and watching the time. I think that's what's happening. But Vince, I think on a prior episode, I'll go through my notes. I think on a prior episode, we had started on a story, and I don't think we finished it. So I'm asking you, will you come back and help me finish that story?
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate it. Thanks, Vince.
Condado de Río Arriba, quiero pedirle su apoyo para elegir a este hombre. No se olviden de su nombre en el día de elecciones. Recuerden todos, Tommy Rodela.
Este anuncio fue pagado por los muchos amigos de Tommy Rodela.